Assalamu alaikum my dear students, this is your teacher Miss Yusra Mughal and I welcome you again in a virtual class which is organized by Metropolitan School. So my dear students, starting towards the topic, and the topic is a syllabus. We are going to start our syllabus of April, and the first topic of the April which we are going to do today, as you have seen that there are some sentences written on the board, and the sentence is the batsman hit the ball into the pitch, right? So first what you will have to do, firstly that we are going to recognize that what is the subject and what is the object and what is the verb in the sentence. So my dear students, the batsman, which is the doer of an action, is the subject, any action is the verb, and the ball on which the action has been done is the object, right? So all the sentences are compiled of these three basic major things in which there is a subject, the verb and the object. So my dear students, you have seen that in this sentence there is a main focus is on the subject, the doer of an action. In this sentence you can found it important. Why? Because if I hide this batsman, so what you will have to read? The hit the ball into the pitch. It doesn't make any sense. So it means that the subject is very important over there in this sentence. So we are writing the batsman hit the ball into the pitch, because there is a doer is and plays an important part. But what if we can write this sentence in another way or in another manner by using the ball as the starting word? So you can write it like the ball was hit into the pitch by the batsman. So what is the difference between these two sentences? There is a subject who is the doer of an action, who is doing an action. So this sentence is called the active sentence, and where the subject interchange the place of object, it means that subject comes to the place of an object, and here there is not important need of a subject. The subject and object are interchanging their place right here, right? So the sentence in which the object comes first and it's interchange the place of a subject is known as the passive voice sentences. My dear student, passive voice sentences are also because there is the object who is the receiving of an action, right? So this is the passive sentence. So what is the topic of today? The topic of today is the passive. Make it more simple, keep some three basic rules in your mind that while changing the active sentences, any of the active sentences in the passive voice, you will have to recognize first thing, that is the tense, the subject, the verb and the object. The second thing, when you are supposed to change the active into passive voice, you will have to use third form of the verb, right? You will have to use preposition by, and one more important thing, that subject can take place of object and object can take place of subject. It means you can switch the subject at the place of object, you can switch it, right? So my dear students, these are the three basic rules while we are changing the things. Now let's coming towards the same sentence. My dear students, the sentence is the batsman hit the ball into the pitch. Here batsman, the subject is important, but what if I can forget to write this? The ball was hit into the pitch. This sentence makes the complete sense while I am writing it into the passive voice, right? There, if I am not writing the batsman with this, it's all okay, because we already knew that who else can hit the ball, only the batsman can hit the ball into the pitch. So if I am not writing the batsman over there, so it will be fine, it will be okay. So there is the batsman, the subject is of no importance. So where we have some more sentences in which we don't have the subject, and we can change it accordingly, right? So there is another sentence, the painting has been stolen, right? So here is the verb tells you that something has happened to the painting, right? So the painting is the receiver of an action, but in active voice sentences, who else can stole the painting? Obviously the thief or the burglar can stole the painting. So the sentence is the burglar stole the painting, and while I am changing it into passive voice, so I can change it, the painting has been stolen, and there is no need to write the burglar, right? If I am not writing it by the burglars, it's all fine. Right? If I am not writing this sentence, it is complete sentence that the painting has been stolen, because it is understood that the one who has stole something is the thief or the burglar already. Right, my dear students? So my dear students, I am hoping that you are going to understand this active into passive voice sentences. So dear students, we are going to start our exercise, that is exercise A on page number 143. But before that, the thing which we have to learn before the explanation of this exercise, that what are the passive sentences? The passive sentences are those sentences in which the verb describes an action happened to the subject, right? The verb describe an action happened to the subject, or you can say that it is the recipient of an action, right, my dear students? So now let's moving towards the exercise which is on page number 143, that is the exercise A, and now we are going to start it. The sentence is he watched. What is the sentence? He watched. First, what you will have to do, you will have to know that which tense is this. So the tense is the past simple tense. Which tense is this? The past simple tense, right? So in past simple tense, if we are going to make the passive of this sentence, we are writing he was watched. So if the sentence is in the past simple tense, so we can use the helping verb of past continuous tense, right, my dear students? Similarly, let's take another example. The example is I tell. So the sentence is in which tense? It's in present simple tense, and if the sentence is in present simple tense, we can change it into the helping verb with using the helping word, that is the present continuous tense. So with I, we are going to use am. So here I am told, right, my dear students? There is another sentence, that is he is following. He is following. So we are going to see that there is a verb, helping verb which is used, that is. So is the helping verb of present continuous tense. So along with is, we are going to use being, because there is a rule that we are supposed to use third form of the verb. So the sentence makes it like he is being followed, right, my dear students? I hope you understand this exercise. The rest of the sentences are doing in the same way, right? You will have to use the third form of the verb, and what you will have to do, you will have to use the helping verb. For example, if the sentence is in the present simple tense, you can use the helping of present continuous tense. If the sentence is in past simple tense, you can use the helping verb of past continuous tense. Similarly, it's going on. Similarly, it's going on in future as well. The rest of the table is given you in the PDF form, so you can follow it as well. Right, my dear students? So this is done with the exercise A of page number 143, which you will have to do in your grammar copy. Now students, let's moving towards another exercise of page number 143. That is also an exercise. In this exercise, what we'll have to do, there is another type to change the sentence into the passive voice. So here I am writing a sentence that is someone broke a window, right? Someone broke a window. There is no need to write someone while making it into passive voice sentences, right my dear students, because we do not know that who broke a window. Any person can broke the window, so we cannot write while making it into passive that someone broke a window, right? So there are some sentences giving you in the exercise page number 143, and the sentences are: people, number 1. People often praise her. This is the very first sentence of this exercise, that people often praise her. While changing into passive voice, what you will have to do, her is changed into she. She, as I already told you, the change of tense, so she is often praised. There is no need to write people using here in by people. There is no need to write. If you are writing it, that is all fine. If you are not writing it, so it's not supposed to be the wrong sentence. But you are doing this exercise in this way by not writing such type of things, the extra word or the words which are not very much important. Now let's another example. Someone painted the door red. So someone is not very much important. Any of the person can painted the door, so you can make directly the passive by not using the someone. So the door, similarly the object comes at the place of the subject. The door, painted, we are already seen that painted is the second form of the verb, so we are going to use the helping verb of the past continuous tense. So the door was painted red. That's it, right my dear students? This is how this exercise is being done, and it is solved, and you can get this exercise in the PDF form as well. Right now let's moving towards the another exercise of page number 144, that is exercise C, right? So yes my dear student, there is another exercise of page number 144, that is exercise C from your book, right? What you will have to do in this exercise, you will have to change the sentences into the passive, making the words in italics the subject of the new sentence. There are some words in the sentences given in the italics, and here I am writing it with the blue marker. You will have to make those words the first word of the sentence, and you will have to make the passive of that sentence, right my dear students? Starting from here, someone gave her a book to read. So now we are going to make a passive of this sentence. So her is obviously changed into she, and according to the rule that obviously there is a second form of the verb is given, so what we'll have to do, it means that a sentence belongs to the past simple tense, so we are changing it into the past continuous tense helping verbs, right? So we are using the helping verb of past continuous tense. So she was, gave, changing into given, because we are supposed to use the third form of the word. She was given a book to read, right? Now let's another example. They give him a prize for swimming, right? They gave him a prize for swimming. Here the word him is in italics, and you will have to start your sentence using him as a first word. So him is used for the male person, it changed into he. He was given a prize for swimming, right my dear students? He was given a prize for swimming. Similarly, the tense is past simple tense, and we are using the helping verb of present past continuous tense, right, along with the third form of the verb, right my dear students? This is how this exercise to be done in your grammar copy. Now let's moving towards the another exercise which is on page number 145. That is the exercise of useful words and phrases, right? And what you will have to do in this exercise, you will have to change each sentence first into negative and then into a question. It's not a new thing for you people. You will have to make first the negative of the sentence and then the question of the same sentence, right? So let's have an example for that. She bought some apples. What we'll have to do first over here, we will have to first recognize the tense, that which tense is this, so that we can use easily the helping verbs with that, right? She bought some apple. We have seen that bought is not the first form, is the second form of the verb. So that's why it's mean that this tense belongs to the past simple tense. And what are the helping verbs of the past simple tense? We are using did while making negative and the question sentences, right? So the sentence should be she did not buy some apples. Because I am using not over here, that's why it's the negative ones. Another one, we can place did at the first place, starting the sentence with did, because we'll have to make the question. Did she buy some apples? So this is the question, and what you will have to do, which is very important and people mostly forget to put the question mark. This is most important thing, that you have to put the question mark at the end of the sentence, right? If you are making a question sentence. Next one is teacher has given us something to do. Yes, which tense is this? Has given. Has given means, it means that this tense belongs to present perfect tense, right? So make a negative one. Teacher has not given us something to do. This is the negative sentence. And has teacher given us something to do? This is the question sentence, and obviously there is the question mark at the end of the sentence. I hope you people enjoy the lesson. I hope you people understand active and passive voice. What you will have to do, you will have to do all 4 exercises in your grammar copy. Rest of the work will be given you in the PDF form. So see you in the next lesson. Allah Hafiz.